residency. But you can only do it in front of the juez en caso de deportación. So sometimes la strategy de Bussy is persona con 10 años como te digo, y hijos americanos. If I put you in front of a judge, I can get you work authorization. It's not guaranteed you're going to win residency, but I can get you work authorization. But the only way I can get you in front of a judge is to start with the asylum. So you start with the asylum, you go to Chicago. Chicago negaron porque es más de un año aquí. Then automáticamente refera a la corte. Then estás enfrente de la corte y recibes permiso de trabajo. Y eso es donde es el problema, porque la gente dice, oh, tengo permiso de trabajo, todo está bien. Pero después, enfrente del juez, necesito pruebas de dificultades extremo y excepcional por tus hijos. So no es, cada familia que tiene un papá deportado experiencia dificultades, pero bajo la ley necesita prueba de tus hijos va a experienciar dificultades. No normal, dificultades extremo y excepcional. Y por eso 5% de la gente gana este. So that's where the real problem with what Bussy's doing is. If you file for asylum after somebody's been here for a year, they're going to automatically get denied in Chicago. And you're going to automatically end up in deportation in front of a judge. And then at the end of that, 5% win. 5%. You got to have more than 2 kids that love you. You got to have 6 kids, you know, or you got to have kids with problems.
Keep working.
Right.
Okay.
So that's the problem is that people got confused, and he's making $5,000 here, and then you go in front of the judge and he makes another $5,000, and people go, oh, I got a work permit. Oh, look. And then they tell their friends, I got a work permit, I got a work permit. And then everybody goes and they pay him, and in the end, they get deported. And my argument is, President Obama doesn't want to deport you. So why does Bussy want to deport you? You know what I mean?
So you think in case, for example, immigration gonna go to my house.
Right, well, this is the other thing. So I'm going to show you something else too then. It'll give you, Obama doesn't want to deport you. So that's DHS.gov, immigration, November. Usually policies. I think I need to put policies in there, but usually it comes up. Here it is. Okay. So what happened was, you know, President Obama had that DAPA that didn't happen, right? So the same day that he did the DAPA, he did this. November 20th, 2014, so wow, over a year now. He reorganizaba las personas que están prioridades para deportación. Primer grupo, prioridades, personas que amenazan la seguridad. So terrorists, people arrested a la frontera, personas con condenas por bandilleros, felonía agravada, okay, grave personas. Segundo grupo, personas con 3 misdemeanors, aparte de manejando sin licencia. O una misdemeanor significa, y aquí tenemos problemas con mucha gente, manejando borracho. That's a big problem. Violencia doméstica, abuso sexual, vender drogas, armas, okay. Then, personas que entrenaron después enero 1, 2014, o personas que abusan del sistema de visas. Okay, tercer grupo.
After 2014.
Right. Y el tercer grupo es personas con final órdenes de deportación desde enero 1, 2014. So anybody who's been here since before 2014, so 2013 or before, that doesn't have a drunk driving or domestic violence or steals clothes from a store over and over and over, you're not going to be deported. They're not even going to arrest you. They're not going to process you. If you get in the hands of immigration, they might not even fingerprint you. People come into me and go, I'm at immigration. They gave me, like a guy gave me a piece of paper. It's got his name on it. Nothing else. No reporting, no change of address. You don't have to do nothing. Right now in the court is people who are new, like all the little kids from Guatemala and El Salvador that are in here. And the old people who've been here a long time, they got drunk driving or delitos criminales.
No license is no problem. Driving without license is not.
You can get 10 of those and it's not going to be a problem.
Okay.
Because he says, it's interesting, but he says here, 3 misdemeanors, other than traffic offenses or offenses where local or state offenses where the essential element is your status, no status, and that's driving without a license. So those aren't going to be used against anybody.
Okay.
So I had a joke for a while, and I said, because what happened was all my cases in court, they closed them. They just closed them. So all these people, some people have work authorization, some people don't have nothing. So they're like, can I help? Can you help me? I say, no, I can't help you. I can't get you a license, but I can promise you're not going to be deported. But my joke was that I was going to start a cleaning company for former immigration attorneys because we have no work. All of our work stopped. I mean, it's starting back up because we're getting new clients, but work really, really, really slowed down because they just canceled all the court cases. I had 200 cases maybe that were closed.
Okay, yeah, because
Obama said stop deporting these people. So the fiscales cerraron los casos, or los jueces moving el caso a 2019 because they had to prioritize these people. And it's good, right? Deport the people that have crimes.
yeah, this is no problem with that because if you have problem, you're gonna have a problem here or wherever you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Right. So, you know, even now I'm doing more little misdemeanor tickets for people, and the judges ask me, and I go, no, they got no papers, they're not going to get a license, and President Obama does not want to deport them, so there's no reason for the court to worry about it. And you know, you can call immigration. Immigration will not come get you. They will not process you. They won't come to your house. They won't deport you. You know, unless you're doing crazy stuff. Right. So there's no risk of you being arrested in any way. It's great news.
that's good news. Very good news.
And that was in proceso eso fue en preparación para la DAPA. But everybody knows the DAPA was canceled. Boy, that DAPA would have gone through. I'd have made a,
this is still in
yeah, that's still in process. But the DAPA was a, you know, otra cosa, but the court canceled it. That would have been great. I would have been working nonstop and made $1 million, right? We would have got rich.
Yeah, because gonna be a lot of work at that time.
Instead of being rich, no trabajo.
Okay.
But that's fine. I'm happy.
Yeah, but still we're gonna put you to work
Asilo.
because we need to go with those cases.
Okay, so here, let's look here again.
But
So I'll print this page for you because this page is the one that's most tricky. And that's really the problem with asilo, because one thing I tell people, especially all my people from Central America, is that if the government of the United States gave residencias o protección a cada persona que tiene temor por violencia general, toda la gente de Central America tiene protección. So it can't be. And those poor little kids, you know, they have problems at school, in la escuela, you know, sirve. It's gotta be, you know, you gotta be able to prove that there's no part in Guatemala you can go where you're safe. You gotta prove that you're gonna be attacked no matter where you go. You also gotta prove that the temor is bajo de raza, religión, nacionalidad, opinión político, o miembro de un grupo social particular. Y de Central America, it's not raza, it's not religión, it's not nacionalidad. Y lo mejor no tiene problemas directos con el gobierno, no es una opinión político. So el grupo que puede moviendo un poco es miembro de un grupo social particular. So ahora es donde la luchan la gente en las cortes, es qué es un grupo social particular. So hay muchas decisiones en los cortes arriba de control de los cortes abajo que indican qué es un grupo social particular. Y hay varias discusiones de que es un grupo visible en la comunidad. So it's got to be real specific problems. So what is their problem specifically?
They fighting in court. I mean, fighting in court because you know what? I mean, with the first thing, I think we're gonna make them come because it's easy for them to buy the ticket and come here, and then we come to see you with all the documentation they have. They have records, people that call them and they say, I'm following you wherever you go or whatever.
What about police? When they got police reports?
Police reports, court dates, and
what is the court for?
criminal court. I mean, because this is something that we don't have the complete information, but we have. They told me that they have all the documentation that is, and plus they are partners in some. My dad gave them a house together. They have a house that they both names figure out in this thing. They are tied one to each other with a lot of things. Both of them being in court for the same situation. because my older sister is the one who got the problems, but my younger sister she was dragging to the problem for her. And I think we're gonna make them come, and we're gonna come back to see you.
Okay, so it's a criminal court,
It's a criminal court.
and did the guy go to jail? You don't know.
Guatemala is dirty. Guatemala
I know.
is dirty. If you have money and you can do something under the table,
Well, I mean,
nobody
that's,
gonna be there.
well, you know, 99% of my cases, the people say, oh, I'm afraid to go to the police because the police will tell,
No, they went to court.
So they
went
did go
court.
to court.
They did go.
but they're not winning, the guy's not going to jail.
No.
So you,
I mean, I think the at the end was the guy tried to blame them, and I don't know how the situation.
is the guy in a gang?
No, he's a business guy. He's a, let's say, a rich guy.
So he can't, okay. Because it's hard to win when you have a problem with one person.
Mm-hmm.
And-
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It's better when it's a group of people that are
Mhm.
looking at you from every part of Guatemala.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But anyways, we're gonna try to do something here. Either change the visa, but we need our advices. I need that you check all the information, and then we see what we can do.
Okay.
But I think it's something that I forcing my sister to